cardiologist at the Cleveland Clinic just revealed something that changes everything we know about heart health after 65. For decades, we've been told the only way to deal with clogged arteries is medication and surgery. Statins, stents, bypass. But this doctor said something that shocked even his colleagues. He said, there are spices common, affordable spices that contain compounds powerful enough to support arterial health in ways we never expected. Now, before you think this sounds too good to be true, listen to this. Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of adults over 65. The World Health Organization says it accounts for nearly 30% of all deaths worldwide, and the American Heart Association estimates that about 70% of people over 60 already have some degree of atherosclerosis, that's plaque building up inside your arteries. 70%. Your arteries could be narrowing right now, and you might not even feel it. That's why they call it the silent killer. But here's the good news. Research from Harvard, the Cleveland Clinic, and institutions in Japan has identified specific compounds in everyday spices that may help reduce inflammation, lower LDL cholesterol, and even slow plaque buildup in your arteries. And most of them cost less than $2. Today, I'm going to show you 7 spices backed by peer-reviewed studies that cardiologists are now paying attention to. Number 4 on this list has been shown in a clinical trial to reduce arterial calcium score by up to 80%. And number 1, it stunned the entire medical community. If you're over 65 or care about someone who is stay until the end, let's start with number 7. Before we get to the spices, you need to understand what's actually happening inside your arteries after 65. Your arteries aren't just tubes, they're living tissue. They have a thin inner lining called the endothelium. When you're young, this lining is smooth, flexible, and elastic. Blood flows through easily. But as you age, 2 things happen. First, LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, starts to accumulate in your artery walls. This forms fatty deposits called plaque. Second, chronic inflammation caused by stress, poor diet, and aging itself damages the endothelium. And once that lining is damaged, more plaque sticks to it. It's a vicious cycle. Over time, your arteries narrow, blood flow drops, your heart has to work harder. And one day, if a piece of plaque breaks loose, it can block blood flow completely. That's a heart attack or a stroke. Now, here's what most people don't realize. These 2 processes, cholesterol buildup and inflammation, can be influenced by what you eat. And spices are some of the most concentrated sources of anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds found in any food. We're not talking about replacing your medication. We're talking about supporting your heart from the inside with compounds that work alongside your treatment. The 7 spices on this list target different parts of this process. Some reduce LDL, some fight inflammation, some improve blood flow, and some do all 3. The best part? They cost pennies per day. You probably already have most of them in your kitchen. Now, I want to be clear. Always consult your doctor before making changes, especially if you're on heart medication. Some of these spices can interact with blood thinners and other drugs. All right, let's count down from number 7. Number 7, cinnamon. You probably sprinkle this on your oatmeal or add it to your morning coffee. But I bet you didn't know what it's doing to your arteries while you eat it. Cinnamon contains a compound called cinnamaldehyde, and this compound has been shown in multiple studies to significantly reduce LDL cholesterol. How significantly? A meta-analysis published in the Annals of Family Medicine analyzing 10 clinical trials found that consuming just half a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of cinnamon per day reduced LDL cholesterol by up to 26%. It also reduced total cholesterol and triglyceride, 26%, from a breakfast spice. But that's not all. Cinnamon also improves insulin sensitivity. And here's why that matters for your arteries. Insulin resistance leads to higher blood sugar, which damages the lining of your blood vessels, accelerating plaque buildup. How to use it? Half to 1 teaspoon per day. Add it to oatmeal, yogurt, smoothies, or even savory dishes like stews. One important distinction. Choose Ceylon cinnamon, not cassia cinnamon. Cassia contains high levels of coumarin, a compound that can stress your liver at high doses. Ceylon is the safer option for daily use. And if you're on diabetes medication, monitor your blood sugar carefully. Cinnamon can enhance the effect, potentially causing it to drop too low. Now let's move to something with a little more heat. Number 6, cayenne pepper. Now, if you can handle a little spice, this one is a powerhouse for your arteries. The active compound in cayenne pepper is capsaicin. You know that burning sensation when you eat hot peppers? That's capsaicin. And it does something remarkable inside your blood vessels. Capsaicin triggers your blood vessels to relax and widen. This is called vasodilation. And when your blood vessels are wider, blood flows more easily and your blood pressure drops. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that capsaicin supplementation reduced LDL cholesterol by 7% and improved endothelial function. That's the health of your artery lining. 7% might not sound like a lot, but when you combine it with the other spices on this list, these percentages, ADD, UP. Cayenne also targets oxidized LDL, the most dangerous form of cholesterol. Regular LDL is bad enough, but when LDL becomes oxidized, it becomes sticky. It clings to your artery walls and triggers inflammation. Capsaicin helps prevent that oxidation. How to use it? 1/4 to half a teaspoon per day. Sprinkle it on eggs, soups, or add a pinch to warm water with lemon. Start small. Your stomach needs time to adjust, especially after 65. And here's an important warning. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin, cayenne can amplify their effects. Talk to your doctor before adding it daily. But if you think that was impressive, wait until you hear about number 5. Number 5. And this is the one that ancient healers knew about for centuries and modern science is finally catching up. Ginger. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols and shogales. These are natural anti-inflammatory agents, and they work through a mechanism similar to ibuprofen. But unlike ibuprofen, ginger doesn't carry the risk of stomach ulcers or kidney damage with long-term use. It's a natural COX-2 inhibitor. Why does that matter for your arteries? Because chronic inflammation is the match that lights the fire of atherosclerosis. Without inflammation, LDL cholesterol is far less likely to damage your artery walls. Ginger helps put out that fire. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that just 2 grams of ginger per day, that's less than a teaspoon of powder-reduced triglycerides by 17% and fasting blood sugar by 12% in patients with type 2 diabetes. After just 12 weeks, 17% reduction in triglycerides from a root you can buy for less than $1. Ginger also has a natural antiplatelet effect. It helps prevent blood clots from forming inside your arteries. This is the same mechanism that aspirin uses, but gentler. How to use it? The easiest way. Slice 5 to 6 thin pieces of fresh ginger. Steep in hot water for 10 minutes. Drink it as tea morning or evening, or add 1 gram of ginger powder to smoothies, soups, or stir fries. One crucial warning. Because ginger has antiplatelet effects, be very careful if you're on warfarin, aspirin, or clopidogrel. The combination could increase bleeding risk. Always tell your doctor. Number 4. And this is the one with the most dramatic clinical evidence. Garlic. Now, I know garlic isn't exactly a spice, but it's used like one in cooking, and what it does to your arteries is nothing short of extraordinary. When you crush or chop garlic, it releases a compound called allicin. Allicin is a potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory agent. But there's another form, aged garlic extract, that has even more research behind it. Here's the study that shocked cardiologists. Published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2016, researchers gave patients aged garlic extract daily for 1 year. At the end of the trial, the group taking garlic had an 80% reduction in coronary artery calcium progression compared to the placebo group. 80%. Let me say that again. The rate at which calcium, a key component of arterial plaque, accumulated in their arteries was reduced by 80%. A separate meta-analysis published in JAMA found that garlic supplementation reduced total cholesterol by approximately 12%. And garlic lowers blood pressure too, by about 8 to 10 millimeters of mercury for systolic pressure. That's comparable to some blood pressure medications. How to use it? 2 to 3 cloves of fresh garlic per day. Crush or mince them, then wait 10 minutes before cooking. That waiting period allows allicin to fully form. Cooking immediately destroys it. For aged garlic extract supplements, 600 to 1,000, 200 milligrams per day. Now, this is critically important. Garlic significantly enhances the effect of blood thinners. If you're on warfarin or similar medications, you must talk to your doctor. And if you're scheduled for surgery, stop garlic supplements 7 to 10 days beforehand to reduce bleeding risk. Ready for the top 3? Because this is where the science gets really exciting. Number 3, and most people have no idea about this one. Black pepper. Yes, the most common spice in the world has a hidden superpower, and it's all because of one compound, piperine. Now, piperine is interesting on its own. It's an antioxidant that helps prevent LDL oxidation and fights inflammation in your blood vessels. But here's where black pepper becomes truly remarkable. A landmark study published in Planta Medica found that piperine increases the absorption of curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, by 2,000%. 2,000%. Without piperine, your body absorbs almost none of the curcumin you eat. With just a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, you unlock curcumin's full potential. That means black pepper isn't just a heart-healthy spice on its own, it's a force multiplier for the Hashon spice on this list. Think of black pepper as the key that unlocks the door. Without it, even the most powerful heart-protective spice barely works. How to use it? A quarter teaspoon per day. Always pair it with turmeric. Add both to golden milk, curries, soups, or scrambled eggs. One important note: piperine increases the absorption of many substances, including medications. If you're on beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, statins, or blood thinners, the dosage in your blood could increase. Discuss with your doctor. Stay with me, because number 2 and number 1 are the most powerful spices on this entire list. Number 2, the golden spice, turmeric. If there is one spice that has shaken the medical world in the last decade, it's this one. And the reason is curcumin, the active compound that gives turmeric its bright yellow color. Curcumin is the most studied natural anti-inflammatory compound on Earth. Over 13,000 published studies. And what they show about heart health is remarkable. First, curcumin inhibits NF-kappa B, one of the master switches of inflammation in your body. When NF-kappa B is overactive, it triggers the cascade that damages your artery lining and promotes plaque formation. Curcumin turns that switch down. Second, curcumin prevents LDL from becoming oxidized. Remember, oxidized LDL is the most dangerous form. It's the type that actually sticks to your artery walls. Curcumin acts as a shield. A study published in the American Journal of Cardiology in 2023 found that curcumin supplementation reduced C-reactive protein, a key marker of cardiovascular inflammation, by 36%. And it significantly improved endothelial function in patients with atherosclerosis. 36% reduction in inflammation. That's remarkable. A meta-analysis from the NIH found that curcumin reduced LDL cholesterol by 13 milligrams per deciliter and triglycerides by 18. How to use it? You have 2 options. Option 1, curcumin supplement 500 to 2,000 milligrams per day. Make sure it contains piperine or black pepper extract for absorption. Option 2, golden milk. Heat 1 cup of milk, dairy or plant-based, with 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, a pinch of black pepper, half a teaspoon of coconut oil, and a dash of cinnamon. Drink it before bed. That golden milk recipe contains 4 of the 7 spices on this list. In 1 cup, drug interaction warning. Curcumin enhances blood thinners. If you're on warfarin, this is a serious interaction. Also interacts with diabetes medications. And stop curcumin supplements 2 weeks before any surgery. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. The spice that stunned the medical world. Number 1, saffron. Now, I know what you're thinking. Saffron is the most expensive spice in the world. How is this a $2 spice? Here's the thing. You only need 30 milligrams per day. That's about 3 to 5 threads. At bulk prices, that works out to roughly $1.50 to $2 per dose. It's expensive per ounce, but per dose, it's affordable. And what it does for your cardiovascular system is unmatched. Saffron contains compounds called crocin and quercetin. These are carotenoids, similar to the compounds in carrots and tomatoes, but far more powerful. In fact, quercetin has been shown to be 20 times more potent as an antioxidant than vitamin E by weight. 20 times. But here's the part that excited cardiologists. A study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology gave participants 200 milligrams of saffron extract daily for 12 weeks. The results? Systolic blood pressure dropped by 11 millimeters of mercury. Total cholesterol decreased by 18%. 11 points on blood pressure, 18% on cholesterol, from a spice. A separate study in phytotherapy research found that crocin saffron's primary compound significantly improved the lipid profile of patients with metabolic syndrome. But saffron doesn't just lower numbers. It actively protects your heart muscle. Animal studies have shown that crocin reduces damage during ischemic events when blood flow to the heart is temporarily cut off. It's essentially a shield for your heart cells. How to use it? Steep 3 to 5 saffron threads in warm water for 10 minutes, then drink as tea. Or add them to rice, soups, or golden milk. The key is consistency. Small amounts, daily. One note, at standard doses, saffron is very safe for most elderly adults. But doses above 5 grams can be toxic, so never take large amounts. And if you're on blood pressure medication, monitor closely, as saffron may enhance the effect. Let me quickly recap the 7 artery-clearing spices. Number 7. Cinnamon reduces LDL up to 26%. Use Ceylon, not cassia. Number 6. Cayenne pepper capsaicin widens blood vessels and stops LDL oxidation. Number 5. Ginger Nature's COX-2 inhibitor reduces triglycerides 17%. Number 4. Garlic aged garlic extract reduced calcium score progression by 80%. Number 3. Black pepper, the force multiplier that boosts curcumin absorption to 0%. Number 2. Turmeric reduces cardiovascular inflammation 36%. Use with black pepper. Number 1. Saffron, 20x more antioxidant than vitamin E, drops blood pressure 11 points. Now here's the most important thing. These spices are supplements to your treatment, not replacements. Never stop taking prescribed heart medication without talking to your doctor. And if you're on blood thinners, warfarin, aspirin, or clopidogrel, several of these spices can increase bleeding risk. Please discuss every change with your healthcare provider. If you only remember one thing, try the golden milk recipe. 1 cup before bed, turmeric, black pepper, cinnamon, and coconut oil. 4 spices working together. Your arteries will thank you. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button so more seniors can discover these 7 heart-healthy spices. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a video about senior health. Comment below. Which spice are you going to add to your routine first? I read every comment. And if you want to learn about the best foods to pair with these spices for maximum heart protection, watch this video right here. Take care of your heart. It's the only one you've got. I'll see you in the next one.